Oh yeah, it's Vital Vinyl Vlog episode 4, I think, and we're gonna do fucking Cannibal Corpse Vial because I did a half-ass one when I picked up this and the Iron Maiden 7-inch. So this is another one of the Metal Blade classic reissues. First album with Corpsegrinder on vocals, and my favorite album with Corpsegrinder on vocals. The Wretched Spawn is like kind of tied with it, but like I prefer Vile if I'm gonna listen to like Corpsegrinder era Cannibal, but like I would much rather like listen to Butchered at Birth, like from a personal perspective, and like just, I mean, I love like how technical like and like brutal this record is, and like the definite progression from like Eaten Back to Life to Vile is, you know, everyone knows it's just fucking like night and day. If you listen to like even Chris's vocals on like Barnes's vocals on Eaten Back to Life are more thrashy than like guttural, like, but it's still, I mean, especially the riffs are way more thrashy, but like Barnes's vocals are more death metal than thrash, so it's a death metal record. But like Vile is like Cannibal Corpse to me, and like the band, as you're gonna hear in a couple seconds, well, a couple minutes probably, from the Centuries of Torment DVD. There's a part where George is talking about how he knew that like he had big shoes to fill, and that like the scream at the beginning of Devoured by Vermin he kept fucking up, and like once he got it, everybody else in Corpse, and at this point it was Webster, Owen, Barrett, and Paul. I like Rob Russo, or Rob Russo, whatever. Rob Russo, Russi. I think it's Rob Russi. I don't feel like grabbing. Yeah, I don't feel like grabbing the vinyl. But like the lyrics, I never really like paid attention to like all the lyrics on this record besides like Perverse Suffering, because like on Live Cannibalism I used to just rewind that song because it's so much better. It's one of the few songs, like it's a very short list of songs that are better live than they are on record. One of those songs is Fear of the Dark by Iron Maiden, and another one is Perverse Suffering by Cannibal Corpse. And like, just like Webster's lyrics are just nowhere near like the brutal, like fucking totally, like, no pun intended, vile lyrics of Chris Barnes, like in the early Cannibal Corpse days. Nothing touches that, and like, well, it does now. I mean, you have bands like Devourment, which make like fucking the lyrics to Tomb of the Mutilated seem like a fucking middle school kid wrote them. Like, when it comes to just like the amount of like sexual violence, I mean, Corpse does have, you know, lyrics like "I pissed in her maggot-filled asshole," like, but yet they were in a mainstream like big movie, like Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Like, fuck yeah! Like, I remember that was how I first heard Cannibal Corpse, and I remember it wasn't on the fucking soundtrack. Because I guess you obviously, like, the soundtrack would have been, I'm pretty sure there's no curses in fucking Hammer Smash Face, but still, I'm more than 100% positive, like, I went out, bought that, like, soundtrack. Like, that was one of those movies where it's not a score. Like, the Hateful Eight record I have is Ennio Morricone's score. Like, it's an original piece of music for that film. But Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and the second one, and then I hope you guys know there is a third one. It's like Ace Ventura Jr. or something. It's one of those straight-to-video, like, fucking projects that dude in Germany had. Like, he had all these rights to, like, the names of these movies, so he just would make these shitty sequels. Like, no joke. It sounds like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia plot, and I'm from Philly, so seriously. Dolph Lundgren is in Kindergarten Cop 2, which went straight to DVD and straight to Netflix. It's on fucking Netflix. I'm like, fucking, I don't have Netflix, but my friend does, and we need to get lit and watch that shit, and I'll do a review on that. But I really, like, highly suggest picking up, like, all 5 of the Cannibal Corpse, like, reissues, like from Eaten Back to Life to Vile. I didn't get a chance to pick up Eaten Back to Life because somebody bought it, but I bought the other 4. And I'm gonna quit being lazy. So it just sucks, like Barnes owns the old logo, so like Butcher at Birth, yeah, great record. A lot of people bitch about little shit like that. Like, yeah, I love the Barnes logo, but they can't legally use it. Everything else is exactly the fucking same, and it's badass as fucking ever, but like, especially on fucking wax, it sounds so killer. People like will be, oh, I want the originals. Like, go ahead, go out and find the originals, but like, these sound so fucking good, like, the bleeding. I love this album. It's my favorite fucking Cannibal Corpse album. Absolutely. Jack Owen's a fucking man. Like, I remember he was like, I'm quitting death metal, and like, he leaves Corpse, and then he's fucking in Deicide and shit. Like, dude, you ain't quitting shit. You're a lifer. Sorry, Jack. But yeah, like, I got the first 4. Well, not the first 4. I actually got all my favorites. So I don't really care. That person that got Eaten Back to Life, I'm happy for you, but I would have liked to have it in my collection. So if you're that person who went to Goodies Disc Exchange and bought Cannibal Corpse Eaten Back to Life, please hit me up. Maybe I can do some trades with you or something. We'll see. Dude, this is one of the best death metal songs ever. We'll put those back in a couple minutes. But real quick before we run out of time, I want you to hear Corpsegrinder discussing this album from the Centuries of Torment DVD. I have to turn my record player off. I wish we could listen to this song, but you probably have this record already, so I don't know why you're watching this review, but thank you if you still are. Alright, so real quick.
To get him down as soon as possible, get him in the studio, and get these songs done.
I was anticipating that record like the coming of Christ.
Trevor from Black Dahlia Murder talking. Corpsegrinder.
And I remember, you know, the first part of that song, the infamous part is the boom, 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 yeah, the scream. That's the first thing people ever heard of me. You know, okay, who's this fucking dude replacing, you know, the singer of Cannibal Corpse? And I remember I was doing that scream, and it was just sound like shit. And, you know, I was probably nervous. You know, as arrogant as I was, like, you know, call anybody else, I'm the man, I can do it. You know, I have to admit, I was just like, you know.
I can't blame George for being fucking nervous. You were filling Chris Barnes' shoes, who at the time wasn't, like, you know, kind of sadly laughed at. Like, you know, who still listens to 6 Feet Under? Even though the last 6 Feet Under record had, like, Landfill from fucking Iron Reagan and Municipal Waste on it, and the rest of, like, Cannabis Corpse, from what I heard.
Said, okay, let's go. Boom, 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 boom.
So, this is Schnell. I give Vile a 7.5 out of 10. I suggest picking it up on vinyl if you are collecting the entire package, or if you're a fan of Corpsegrinder more than Barnes. Peace.